Hello everybody, it's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple little treats for me, treats for you. I have been enjoying these. Little backstory, I haven't had my own blooms, or very few, for a long time. I mean, there's been this sporadic blooming, my flora tennifolia, things like that. But I am coming up on a season where I'm actually going to have a lot of my own blooms to show, not coming from Sheldon, although my birthday month is next month, so maybe. Come on, you have to. I told my husband already, I said, I think I'm going to want some orchids from Sheldon for my birthday. You got to get that plug in there early so he gets thinking about it. So, anyhow, I have a couple orchids to show you. We are going to start out with, I'm drawing a blank, Lava Burst. Howiara Lava Burst. Let me move this out of the way. I have quite a bit to show you. One spike and two spikes. Now, I'll put a close-up. I will put a close-up so you can see it a little bit better. But this one I did stake. I left one more natural. The reason I staked this was because it was going naturally in the other direction. And it did take up a lot of space. It really did. So this is just potted in a chunky bark, which surprises me. But I shouldn't be surprised by things like this. This has been recently repotted. How in the world did I forget to put some sphagnum in to my terracotta pot? I don't know, but I didn't. And that's kind of what I've been doing to rectify the problem I had last year, which we're not talking about anymore. They did need more moisture being in the terracotta. So we'll see how this goes. I will have to monitor this a little more closely because if most of my orchids, well, as they need repotted, I am adding some sphagnum to them. So, yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one. Because it does appear to be in the Oncidium type family, same type of pseudobulb. So it will like a nice drink now and then. But it is very pretty. You can get in there, you can see some speckles. It is not fragrant. It's not fragrant. But it's very pretty. And a prolific bloomer. There's lots of buds on there yet to come. It's very pretty. And it's rather elegant. It's just, it's an elegant orchid. Now, we'll go ahead and do all, oh my gosh, I can't knock on anything. If you make the slightest little knocking sound, my monster over there sleeping on the chair, she goes irate. She's on hyper alert. Poor little Celeste, she is on hyper alert nonstop. Okay, let's get this over here. Beautiful orchid. And yes, you have seen this bloom before. I did purchase this from Kingwood Gardens in bloom back in, I want to say April. I want to say maybe the end of April. But these are my own blooms. I'm really pleased with these. I'm lisping today. Forgive me. I'm telling you, speech class, it paid off well for me. It really did. Anyhow. But yeah, it is a beautiful plant. This is Cheyenne Pink Ice. I don't know where my tag is. My tag's probably clear across the room. Pink Ice, Cheyenne Marie. That's it. Now, for the fragrance, highly fragrant, which I am a little upset I didn't even pick up on that. I sit over there. I had my coffee in the morning. I watched the horses up on the hill. I should have smelled this. It's heavily fragranced. You can't miss this. And everything I'm reading about it online, because I was like, oh, I can't quite place the scent. Everything comes up with the word sweet. Sweet. It's not really a scent, sweet, but it is spot on. It is a very sweet. Now, my 15-year-old son just came down, and I said, please smell this. smell it and let me know what you think. And he says, it smells like you're walking into a flower shop. A little bit. And there is an underlying note of rose, but very sweet. I don't know how else to say it. It's almost cloying. It's a very, very fragrant orchid. But it's beautiful. And the majority, and let's talk about this, nice, beautiful, healthy new growth. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. It's very vibrant, very dark green, glossy. Look how glossy that is. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera. And I did not just wipe this down. You know, sometimes it can look a little glossy because you just run a wet cloth across it. I don't have time for that kind of nonsense. But it is beautiful. It's very, very pretty. 4 buds, 4 blooms on it. Only 1 growth, so there won't be anything more bloom-wise until another growth comes along. Now, zygopetalums are, in my care, except for Advanced Australia used to be a behemoth I had. I mean, it stretched as far as my arms would go wide, the leaves. It was beautiful, beautiful orchid. I thought I would divide it. It didn't want to be divided. It has struggled. And there was plenty of plant to divide. So that wasn't the problem. They typically say, don't divide unless you have 3 growths on each part that you're dividing. You should have at least 3 on each new plant. That was not the problem. So I don't know what it was. But it's in the other room. 1 died, and the other one is starting to pick up. So, you know, I don't have luck. I do not have luck when I go to divide orchids. So I'm just going to have whopper big specimen plants. That's what it's going to be. But this is just beautiful. Very, very pretty. Now, let me see. Have a little sip of coffee. Okay. Another zygopetalum. A lot more growth on this one. A lot more. So, we have a lot more new ones coming on. So that means we're going to have more blooms sooner from Debbie DeMello here than the Cheyenne Pink Ice. Because that has to grow an entire new pseudobulb and growth before it will even consider sending up some spikes. But I almost believe I'm seeing some more signs other than this one here that I will show you. I'm going to peek. We're going to peek under here. Okay, I'm going to have to stand up to show you this one. Oh, don't knock them off, Holly. Come on. 1, 2, 3. And lots of new growth along with that. So, when these are done blooming, and this is Thursday, so I'm assuming by possibly Sunday, these next 3 that I'm going to show you, I'm hoping will be open by Sunday. Because I will tell you, I do plague my friends and family with Sunday orchid pics. On Sunday, they're going to see orchid pics. So, on my Facebook. But it's my Facebook. It's like it's your Facebook. Put what you want on there. My Facebook is absolutely nothing but kayaking pictures, pictures of the lake, pictures of whatever I see out there. My meadow, my gardens, whatever fancy sourdough I'm making. That's it. And Lily. Sorry, the other girls. It's typically Lily. Lily's my heart. I'm sorry. I love all my dogs. But Lily is... She might be my last dog. But yeah, there's 3 there. Beautiful, beautiful. And like I said, in a couple of days they should open. And lots of new growth. Now, with this zygopetalums, remember I said that this one here, the Hawaii Lava Burst, is in chunky bark and chunky bark alone, which is surprising. These I have I recently... I'm trying to think if I recently, I'd have to really dig around in here, if I recently repotted them or if I just tucked some on top, but it feels like it's kind of all throughout. And this is moist. I did water yesterday. That sphagnum dropping all over my table. So maybe 70 bark, 30 sphagnum. I wouldn't want to go full sphagnum or full bark, especially with the zygopetalum. They do like the water. And once again, Debbie DeMello, which has bloomed for me in the past. Oh, blah, 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 something. I'm buying some artwork for my laundry room. It never fails. I come on to film and somebody's messaging. I did paint my laundry room the most... Oh, Aunt Carol. Hi, Carol. They're coming in a flood all of a sudden. People know when I'm filming. But anyhow, I painted my laundry room next door with the most beautiful shade of green. Oh, it's a cave when there's no lights on. It's a cave. I'm not kidding you. But it's the most beautiful deep green with some gold accents. Because the laundry room is our entryway from the garage. It's a big room. It is also the pass-through to the lower bathroom. So it has to look nice. It can't look ugly. Too many people go through there. So, anyhow, back to this. I don't know why I got all the artwork. The person was messaging me about the artwork. I'm squirreling off. But I do want a new painting to hang above the washer and dryer. My life. I'm sorry. That's my life. So, anyhow, Debbie DeMello will be purple. And the majority of your zygopetalums are going to be heavily purple based. This one has a little touch of purple on the lip. I promise you the birds are out of the room. They're just being obnoxious. I wheeled them out. They're in the kitchen. But anyhow, Debbie DeMello is more creamy. Beautiful creaminess. This one, I believe Debbie DeMello is more purple and green. We'll see in a couple days. So, Debbie DeMello on the way to opening. This one is a no ID until it does bloom. Because this was a fairly, I'd say the last year or two I bought this from Sheldon. And it had 3 buds. I did a bud video, a spike video, probably my last video. It had 3. 2 didn't make it. Now, did they not make it because there were mealybugs? Or did they not make it because I was spraying alcohol when they were pretty young buds to kill the mealybugs? Mealybugs absolutely love new buds. They love them. So I don't know, but we have one. Is that a mealybug? There's a teeny, oh my goodness. I'll tell you. And this is a problem. If you have any of these sheaves like this, and you suffer a mealybug problem, remove them. I really need to go around and remove them because, you know, sometimes you don't even know they're in there, but they're in there. So, let me show you. Get the bud over here for you. There is a bud. So, of course, it's going to be a little purple. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And like I said, maybe Sunday, so maybe about 4 days from now. Now, what it does have that I'm really pleased with is, see that worm type thing crawling out of the pot? That is a new root. Beautiful new growth on that. And that's what you want to see. You need some new roots just to have a peace of mind that the plant's going to be doing okay. Now, this one is coming up out of the pot. I'm not worried about that. Now, if the majority of all my brand new growth was coming up out of the bark and out of the pot, I would probably think about repotting. And right now would be a very good time to repot because you see the new growth of the root. I have no need to repot this. There is so much room in there. You can see more roots coming on. There's so much room in there. But of course, it does seem to be going backwards. An orchid is always going to take the path where you have the least amount of room in your pot. I don't know how they do it, but they know. They don't. So, the last one I have here is a Brassavola nodosa. It's very, very faint, and I am this old. Sibling times sibling, lucky times sweetheart. And this is green. The majority of the Brassavola nodosas I have are green. I do think I may have one that's purple. But here we go. And I missed this one on this spike video. So this is growing very, very quickly. Look at that. nice new bloom buds on that. Now, this will be night scented. The nodosas are scented at night. These are scented during the day. You have a day scented and a night scented. So if you wanted to, your entire life could be full of scent. Have a little bit of both. Blooming all the time. There you go. So, and I believe this Cattleya variety over here, I just can't remember which one it was. But it is, I believe it was scented as well. It's one I got from Sheldon sometime probably in the last year. So, that's what's going on. I do have, who do I have over there? I have a Cattleya, pink Cattleya, that should any day be sending up. And it's one that does not form a sheath. It goes directly into the bud, which is always so nice on a Cattleya. Because then you know. Sometimes you get a sheath on a Cattleya and you're like, it's never going to do anything. And sometimes it doesn't do anything. I have a lot of dendrobiums that are starting to get some buds. So we're going to have a really pretty fall and a really pretty, at least early winter, of a lot of flowers blooming, which is, it's a relief. It's a relief. At one point I did think, do I even want orchids anymore if I'm not caring for them? But, you know, after thinking about it, I do want my orchids. I also want to float the lake. So the sphagnum moss seems to be what in my environment, and I can't stress that enough, I have terracotta. If you have a plastic pot, when I first started, I had everything in black plastic because I thought it looked nice. I would never put my plants in black plastic again. Everything for my aesthetic. And they live in the home with me. They're in the home. I like the terracotta. But maybe you want to have a plastic pot that suits your color scheme. Say you want just pure white, or you want black, or you want a bright, vivid color, or lots of vivid colors. These are your orchids. Do what you want with them, especially if they live in the home with you. And I think a lot of people are home growers. So make sure the pot makes you as happy as the blooms, because you're going to be looking at the pot a lot more than you're going to be looking at blooms. Let's get real. I do really like the terracotta. Who is it? Matthew. Hello, plant lovers. He's a terracotta pot kind of guy. He's nice to watch. I do enjoy him. He's got some wit. He's some good humor. And beautiful orchids. Of course, he's in the southern hemisphere. So his orchids are doing things differently than us here in the northern hemisphere. He's always doing something a little different. His are coming or going when ours are doing the opposite. So that is interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, I have a few. To tell the truth, I've fallen off of watching a lot of the YouTube videos. I used to be, you know, every time Nature Nell had a video up, oh my gosh, who is the blonde woman down there who hangs out with Nature Nell? And not, Natalia? I do watch her. Oh my goodness, I can't think of her name. I'm so sorry. She has a pool. She's got a little brown-haired girl. And Blanca. I've just I don't know. It seems like the people who are more down in the Florida area are not watching as much. And I don't understand why. I think it's just busy during the summer, so I'm kind of picking just who I want to watch. I have recently started watching Roger in Roger's Orchids in the UK. I have started watching him again. I love watching Howard's Orchids over in the UK. Who else do I don't know. I've really narrowed down who I watch. I mean, of course, when Nelson puts out a big bloom video, he has so many I do watch. I do like to see that. I don't know if it's just overkill on all the blooms. I mean, not blooms. We're never going to have overkill on the blooms. All the shows, you know, it was so show-oriented for a while, which is wonderful. We like to see a show, but sometimes when you've seen a show, you've seen a lot of shows. But then again, when you've seen somebody sitting in their house showing their blooms, you've seen those too. So I think everybody, correct me if I'm wrong, we have seasons where we watch certain people. And then, you know, we watch other people during other times. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. But I do think it's nice to see what everybody else is doing. Orchid, Troy Troy Boy Orchid? I'm butchering it, Troy. I'm butchering your name. Anyhow, I do watch him. There's a couple I do watch. I never miss, you're going to think, yeah, you miss him all the time, you can't think of his name. Matthew in Melbourne. I never miss him. I do enjoy those. I enjoy his wit. I also watch The Horticulturalist that him and Steven do. They do a plant-based show. So yeah, you know, I guess we have seasons of when we watch certain things. So there you go. I'm done rambling. I have to get some dinner started for my family. And also I have to go pick up a painting. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having some peace in your life wherever you are. I hope you're finding some joy in the little things. I mean, this is such a beautiful little thing to have next to me now. And I don't regret, oh my goodness, there is a great big concrete truck pulling in to the neighbors, and then back, we have driveways straight across, so he's backing onto my driveway. I don't know what he's doing down there. We're not getting concrete that I'm aware of. And I don't think the neighbors are getting concrete. He's probably lost. So, anyhow, where was I? I hope you're enjoying your life. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and above all, enjoy those orchids. Thank you so much for watching.